So the game of today that I'd like to talk about is Aquatica by Arcane Wonders. So Aquatica is a hand management style game where you're trying to collect victory points through a couple different ways. And so I'm not going to do a full rules explanation. There are much better channels that teach how-tos and go over the rules for the game. Happy to link those in the comments or the description below. But today I wanted to focus on the mechanics of the player board and the islands or locations, the location cards, and then talk a little bit about a few other mechanics that I find to be really well-tuned that make this game such an easy game to jump into and play. So without further ado, let's go into that. So as I said, you have your player board here, and you have these little location cards that are on the main board for you to conquer or for you to buy. And so there's a coin cost for if you're buying it, and then on the other side there's a conquer cost. Hopefully that picks up a little bit. But once you've acquired the card, you'll end up sliding it into your player board up to where the first bonus is. And so as you can see here, there are a few different bonuses. And so the next time I need to take an action that involves money, I can push this up to get one extra dollar or coin for spending, whether it's buying more locations or buying these character cards that'll slowly get added into your hand to be able to play and create asymmetrical powers. And what happens once you've used up all the bonuses, there's a treasure symbol that you can play to score it, and then it'll come out of your player board and be kept here for the end of the game, and you'll get victory points for what the card worth. You'll score all of these at the end of the game. And so that mechanic of having up to 5 different locations that have these bonuses available to you to use at any given time is a fun puzzle, because you'll take a turn, take a turn, take a turn, and then you'll be planning for this one turn where it's, all right, well, I want to, so say we have a setup like this, for example. We've acquired these 3 locations, and I want to recruit a character. So recruiting a character costs money, so I can push this up for 1, I can push that up for 2, and then I can buy 3 value worth of a character. So we say we bought the 3 character, and then we can use this bonus to push another card up 1, which would push this guy up, and then we can push this one up to push 2 cards up, which would push both of these up. And then you have 2 treasure symbols here, so you can push it up twice to end up scoring these. And so planning turns like that in advance is sort of what makes this game sing for me, because you got this hand of 6 character cards that everyone starts out with. And so you're kind of trying to use them, and then you'll discard them and you won't get them back until you play Mantra, which allows you to pull your hands back. But everyone has those same 6 cards, so conquering different locations and buying new characters creates this fun puzzle to try to max out the victory points that you can score from all the treasure you've collected. And so that, in a nutshell, is the mechanic that I find most fascinating about Aquatica. From a production value standpoint, I really love these dual layer boards with a little cavity in it for the cards to sit into, and it doesn't bottom out. It bottoms out, so the cards can't get stuck inside of it, so that the production value on the boards is really sweet. Each person starts with these little manta ray tokens, which have a little free bonus that you can use while it's face up to help give you boosts similar to the boosts that you'd get from the locations. And these are also the timer of the game. So on the main board, there is different scoring objectives for you to try and achieve. And so this one is having 8 cards in your hand. And if you're the first person to achieve it, you can take one of your little scoring tokens and claim it, so you'll get 8 victory points at the end of the game. And that 8 victory points is awesome, but then you're now down that bonus token. So that little puzzle of going back and forth of figuring out when you want to score the bonuses to trigger the end of the game versus holding on to the manas to get the little one-time bonuses whenever you flip them, or the reoccurring bonuses, I guess, if you keep unflipping them. So Mantra and a few other cards will allow you to flip them back and forth. Those are the mechanics that I really have enjoyed in Aquatica. It was actually a game that I taught to a group of gamers at our meetup last night, so that is why it was on my mind. I'd love to hear in the comments below what you think is your favorite part about Aquatica, or if you have a fun story of like triggering 5 or 6 bonuses within one turn. I'd love to hear that in the comments below, so feel free to continue the conversation there. Thanks for stopping by.